Welcome to the Wrecked by Fiction podcast.
That's not a comfort read.
Yes, it is. Did I read it on my lunch break? Yeah.
So I made notes because I didn't know if there was going to be a quiz.
Hey, everything is for a grade. While I was watching a movie with my 6-year-old, yeah. I didn't know I could be both right and so fucking wrong. Wrecked by Fiction, where we read, cry, and question our emotional stability. Here we are again.
Hi.
Hi. You ready to venture into the world of fairy smut?
Yeah. You know.
It took the world by storm.
It did.
And it allowed many people to read books again who hadn't read books in a decade.
Right.
So I can't be mad. Sarah J. Maas achieved what she was intending to achieve, I suppose.
Right.
But I know that there are many people. I think that ACOTAR in general is you either love it or you hate it. I think that comes across as like now there's such a diversion.
Right. Yeah. I'm
which
we are opposites on this.
Which side do you firmly sit in, I suppose? And I mean this series specifically. Not Sarah J. Maas in general, but I mean ACOTAR, ACOWAR, ACOMAF, whatever.
I wanted to like it so bad.
Okay.
But it was a struggle to get through it.
Really?
Yeah. It is, we have talked about it before.
Mm-hmm.
I was mostly audiobook. I tried to read the hard copy.
Yes.
I bought it from Target.
Yes.
The one I purchased was a complete misprint. I had missing chapters and duplicated chapters and the such. And
that was like book 1.
Yes.
Okay.
So I ended up, our local bookstore didn't have it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I bought the ebook copy of it and then switched to audiobook version. And it's one narrator doing all of the voices.
Okay.
All of the characters.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many names that are similar to each other. And it just got to where it was very difficult to decipher who's who because all the voices started to sound the same because it's one person doing them and all the names sound the same. And and it's a ton of description on the surroundings and such and very little action. And I wanted more of the action. And less description.
Interesting. So I would not agree that the world building is that much.
Okay.
In these books.
Yeah.
I would say that this, again, we are just talking ACOTAR. This series the world building is kind of minimal for me.
Yeah.
In general when it comes to fantasy.
Okay. I don't read a lot of fantasy, so maybe that's, to me, it was a lot, but to you, it may not have been.
I just think there are some series and even standalone fantasy books that I have read where it's so much world building that I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't want to know.
Yeah.
What the feeling of the brick behind this building, behind whatever, behind.
Yeah.
I don't need all of that.
Yeah.
But I would not say that in ACOTAR the world building is quite as expansive.
Okay.
Especially when it comes to other Sarah J. Maas series.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that it doesn't hit with me on being too much. I would say that we go back to what's your reading level kind of conversation where where do you fall on what you're able to consume and understand and comprehend.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty low for me. It was not difficult to read in the vocabulary and the sentence structure and all of that.
That was easy.
I also will say I in general I liked it.
Yeah.
We have discussed this a little bit, but I don't think when I first started reading it, Silver Flames had been released. Either that or it had just been released. And so when the internet got a hold of the series, and I had the omnibus version of at least the first 4 or 3.5 technically, because the, what is it? Frost and Starlight, whatever, is a novella.
Yeah.
But I will say that I was posting when I was finishing a book and starting it, I was like posting a picture on Facebook and like talking to my friends on Facebook about, like, oh my God, this chapter in this book was so devastating or whatever.
Yeah.
I will say that I struggled with the jump from how the first 3.5 books were Feyre, and then we jumped to Silver Flames, and it's about Nesta. I didn't love that.
Why is that?
Because I was so wrapped up in Feyre and Rhys.
Okay.
I wasn't, and their story isn't done, right? Like, it's not, it carries through Silver Flames, but I wasn't done with them. And then to jump and have your FMC be Nesta now, I wasn't prepared for that to change. It didn't feel like a continuation of the same series.
Okay.
It felt like we had a trilogy and a half of Feyre, and then this is a new series with Nesta and Cassian, and I just think it could have been done differently.
I'm smiling at you because Nesta and Cassian were my favorite
know.
characters. And I related more to them, and Feyre drove me insane. So
you and everyone else, many people thought that Feyre was the worst.
Yes.
Including my husband. Hated those books. He did the audiobook.
Okay.
For all of them.
Yeah.
And I don't think I believe he read through, maybe read ACOTAR.
Okay.
Wings and Ruin. I think he read that one. He definitely read 1 and 2.
Okay.
And then I finally was like, you can stop. I was like, nobody is forcing this on you. I was like, I just wanted somebody to talk to you about it.
So then you forced me instead.
Yeah, well, you were reading, though, when we met, you were already reading those books.
Yep.
No, I forced the other series on you.
You did.
This series you were doing of your own free will.
I was initially.
I don't know. I just think, like, they're so, with Feyre and Rhys, Feyre is dumb, right? That's like her whole shtick.
Yes.
Is like she can't read. There's this whole big thing. But also I think there's so many interesting pieces about Rhys and his storyline that I was so like encapsulated in who Rhysand was as a person.
Right.
And his own character development through Under the Mountain and everything happened to him. And so that's why I got wrapped up in him.
Right.
Really. And like Feyre aside, honestly, I could have done without her. It could have just been a story about Rhys and I still would have read it.
I probably would have preferred that because I liked him as a character.
Yeah.
And I do think that Feyre was a lot of why I really struggled to get through it. All was just because I could not stand her. And then it was just like, because we got to Silver Flames and I was like, Nesta's not, I mean, she's a bitch, but valid reasons.
Yeah, well, I think honestly all of them should have been more bitchy.
Agreed.
Like,
yes.
Feyre was not traumatized enough.
No.
In my opinion.
No.
The things that she went through and what she had to sacrifice and all of the things that Feyre dealt with, she was not broken enough for me.
I would agree with that.
I do think that Nesta, very unfortunately, because she was as traumatized as she was, she chose people to be the villain who weren't the villain. And I think that's why, like, in general, readers kind of villainized Nesta.
Yeah.
Because she was mad at everyone that those people that she was mad at couldn't have changed their circumstances. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think that with like Elain, I am very interested to see how the rest of the series carries out, because Elain has such significant, like in modern terms, PTSD.
Yeah.
That the other two don't have, like, yes, they probably both also have PTSD, but Elaine's is this internalized version.
Right.
Whereas Nesta's was outward rage, and Feyre's was, I never learned how to be a person.
Right.
And Elaine's is this, like, she's so broken because she was the baby. And she doesn't know how to function anymore.
Right.
And so one of the things, the Lucian's character development from his and Feyre's relationship, I loved their relationship.
Yeah.
Especially when you get past the first book and everything, and Feyre is learning how to like fly and do all of that stuff, and then Lucian comes in and is like, you need to come back with me, and she's like, I'm never going back.
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere with you.
Right.
First of all.
Yeah.
But I do think that his development, when he realizes that Elain is his mate. Side note, would be interesting if we got like a weird Twilight scenario where like Elain isn't actually his mate.
Right.
But like Elaine's baby is. What if we had a Renesmee?
That would be wild.
What if? I'm just saying.
Right.
Somebody write that fanfic. We get nope. Lucian and Elain are not actually mates, but Elain and Azriel's baby is Lucian's mate.
That would be, because I love Azriel.
Do you think that Azriel, okay, here, let's dig in. Do you think Azriel's going to end up with Elain, or do you think that Azriel's going to end up with one of the ladies? The ladies in waiting,
to
essentially.
end up with me, but
well, you and everybody else. You want the shadow daddy to yourself, huh?
Yeah. Sorry, ladies, he's mine. I don't know. I have not thought about that.
Because there was do you remember the deleted, the chapter? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. The one that's not in the ebook, but it's in the hard copy. Yeah.
But not in the version I have.
Right. It's
in like the most recent print or something, I think.
Yeah.
Because I have an older print version.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's during like Yule or whatever, and Azriel gives a gift, but then Elain doesn't end up keeping it or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember which one, but one of Nesta's little ladies in waiting, handmaiden, whoever she is, takes it, and then Elain is heartbroken because Azriel chose somebody else.
Yeah.
So I am very interested to see how that goes.
Yeah.
If Azriel sticks with, I do think he feels this draw to her. Or hell, maybe we get a dual mate situation. Maybe Elain has more than one.
Maybe. I mean,
she was human until she fell into the cauldron. So
exactly.
Who knows?
Who knows?
I just think there are so many things about this series that kind of like claw. Occasionally I'll think about it. They like claw at the back of my mind. And it's one of those things where like it sticks with you because like Rhys and his explanation of the like decades of sexual assault he experienced.
Right.
And how Feyre's meltdowns and everything. And he's like, it's okay. It's just a body response. It doesn't mean anything. And I'm like, oh no. And then, but also Rhys not wanting Feyre to see or like touch his fully open wings because they were used against him.
Yeah.
Is like hits something. Like I'm a little teary right now. But it like touches something inside me where I'm like, that's such a good representation of how we carry trauma and the way that he literally cannot let it go.
Right.
Because it's part of his body.
Right.
He can't escape it. He has to see it on his person every day.
Yeah.
And I think that is such a good, the imagery there is very important to what he went through and the way that he has molded himself since those things happened to him. So
agreed. Yeah. I do think that was a very poignant part of the story, for sure. So. Yeah.
I don't know. The other thing, I think I've mentioned this to you, when they put Elain and Nesta in the cauldron and Nesta goes in and the description says that she goes in and she's pointing at the King of Hybern when she does it. Or she points one finger at him, I think is what they say.
Yeah.
And so the imagery there is that she's doing this.
Yeah.
That's not what I think that's going on. I think she's doing this.
Yes.
I think she's going in and she's flipping him the bird.
We can only hope that that's actually.
Also, Sarah J. Maas and a vulgar gesture.
Yes.
It's gotta be.
Yeah.
Flipping people off.
Yeah.
Or we could go Ross from Friends. I like this one too. Every time I'm like, somebody's just doing this in the background in Hybern.
I have not thought about that
right?
in so long.
Yeah, I just think that there's
yeah.
Yeah, she's not just pointing at him.
No.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There's so much about that. I'm sure you have notes of things that you have held on to. Is it this book's? Is it Silver Flame specific, or is it series?
It's kind of the whole series. I was trying. It was some of it's stuff that I made when I read it, but that's been a little while.
Yeah.
So some of them I'm trying to, remember and
decipher.
Then and then some of it's stuff that we had talked about that we wanted to talk about. And trying to remember kind of what that was for. We have sisters in the cauldron finger.
Yeah, see?
Noted.
Just saying.
Right? I have a note that says Tamlin's sex noises comment in front of a group of High Lords.
Do you remember that?
I don't.
Okay.
Why do I not remember that?
So when they are meeting and it's all of the High Lords and Feyre, because she's a High Lady, once she marries Rhys and he names her.
That's right.
His
right.
High Lady.
Okay.
And they all go to this giant meeting and Tamlin walks in and he says, so does she make the same noises or whatever he says?
He's such an asshole.
And everyone kind of does this. In my head, I'm they're all bracing for impact. And Azriel says, watch how you speak to my High Lady.
Yeah. Now I remember.
No. And I'm why the fuck? What possessed you?
Because Tamlin's just a dick.
See, I think that there's a very real possibility that, so we know from these books that when they stay in, when the Fae who can transform or transfigure or whatever you want to call it, when they stay in their animal forms for too long, it is difficult for them to come back.
Right.
So Tamlin, having lived in his bear form for so long after Feyre left the first time,
right,
probably broke his brain. And so he doesn't know how to be an appropriate
but he wasn't
part of society.
He wasn't a great partner even in the first book, though.
You're right.
He
was horrible.
Yeah. I would have left his ass, but
I just think the first book is so interesting after you've read all of it, right? And you come back and to think about Tamlin and the way he was. It is written so beautifully, in my opinion, because you don't see the red flags in the first book, especially in the first half of the first book.
Yeah, I could see that. There were a couple of, I can't remember exactly, but there were a couple of times where I remember being like,
Maybe not. Yeah.
maybe
don't do that.
this might be headed down the wrong path, but
Yeah, I think that's true.
but there was also still a part of me that wanted it to work out because I didn't know that there were going to be all these other characters, right, from the beginning. But
right. You were like, well, this is the end. They're either together or they're not.
Right.
And then if they're not, then Feyre goes back to the human realm and the human realm dies because of the war.
Right.
And whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Tamlin with his fairy wine and his banjo. What was he playing?
I don't even
It's not
remember.
a banjo, but you know what I mean? Like, and Feyre getting hammered 2 minutes after Lucien says, don't drink the fairy wine. Yeah. And she's like, fuck it. And then she gets drunk and she's doing stupid shit.
Right.
I do think, though, the parallel between like that moment in the series where she drinks the fairy wine and she's dancing in for Tamlin, right?
Right.
And then we get under the mountain and she's told that she like Rhys paints her with the magic paint.
Right.
Or whatever. And she knows that like she has the choice to drink and not drink, and she chooses to drink because she knows what it's going to do.
Right.
And therefore she doesn't remember anything.
Yeah.
I think that's an interesting like thread. Because at the time when she first drank it, she didn't know that it would completely change, you know, the way she existed.
Right.
So that was interesting for me. But the whole Under the Mountain part of this series has me kind of fucked up. I'll be honest.
It is. Yeah. It was a rough.
Good God.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
There's a lot to unpack in that. And it just, for anybody who's been through trauma, right? Like there's a lot to go through there and to be aware of. And
what's Lucien's brother's name? Eric? Is that right?
Maybe. I don't remember.
I don't know. Whatever it is. The guy that Nesta dances with when they're trying to like pull one over. Do you know what I'm talking about? You know that scene where she was like a world-class dancer. And so they agree that she'll dance under the mountain.
Yes.
And Eris, not Eric. Eris. Yes. And so she dances with Eris and he like proposes on the spot. And then Cassian's like, the fuck, I think not.
Yeah.
And I'm like, don't get me wrong. Like I'm all about Nesta and Cassian, but I'm like, Eris is not who everyone thinks he is.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like the I'm a bad guy is a mask. It has to be.
Right.
I would think. Because we also get a lot of side story, backstory on the way that Eris was so kind to, it's Morgan. Okay, the Morgan, because Amren is the tiny demon bomb.
She's the second in command. She's a creature from another world.
She's the tiny demon bomb.
Yep.
Yes. If an atom bomb was a person, that would be Amren.
Yes.
The Morgan and Eris were like supposed to be wed or whatever.
Right.
But he like defaces her and like denounces her as his mate and leaves her to die basically.
Right.
But we find out in Silver Flames that Morgan doesn't like men.
Correct.
And so to me, I draw the line there with like between Eris recognizing that if she had been the one to denounce him, it would have looked bad
on her
because she was, refusing a match.
Right.
Whereas if he made the choice, that he didn't want her, then she could recover from that.
Right.
So was it awful and nasty? And yes, but that was it was intentionally awful and nasty and hurtful.
Yeah.
So I do think that, I hope that that's a like kind of like explored plot line.
I could see that.
For me.
Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah, I don't know what we're going to get with the rest of this series.
Yeah.
I don't know. ACOTAR is, I don't think about it as often as I do like Throne of Glass.
Mm-hmm.
But, and I will say, I haven't reread, it's been almost 2 years since I read ACOTAR the first time.
Yeah.
And I haven't reread them.
And you still remember all of that. My brain's been like, nah, we're good. You won't hold on to that.
No.
You won't let that go.
No, I can, I have not reread them. I think it was like July of 2024-ish when I read them. Maybe June when I read them the first time. So almost 2 years.
Okay.
And I haven't reread them, which says something about, but I've read 400 books since then. So like, maybe it doesn't say something, and maybe it just says that there are too many books to read.
Agreed.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
I think Nesta was villainized so extensively that people really, really didn't want to like her.
Yeah.
But I don't think she was a villain. I think she was just broken.
Mm-hmm.
And Cassian pushed her to her fucking limit.
Yeah.
And so when you get the mean Nesta, it's because somebody pushed her over the edge.
Right.
Like,
she was done.
Yeah, she didn't try to do that, but then she fucking sacrificed everything to make sure that Feyre's baby doesn't die.
Right.
So, like, you know, and that's like the most simplified version of how it could possibly be.
Right.
But, like, to me, that's, you know, how can you hate someone when they're literally just surviving?
Right.
And that's all Nesta was able to do, was just trying to survive the absolute clusterfuck of change that happened to them.
And also navigate her feelings towards Cassian, because she didn't think that he liked her that way either. Right? Because they start having their like friends with benefits relationship, and she wants more, but they had made the agreement that it wouldn't be more. And
yeah, but then you get that dual POV from Cassian where Cassian knows that he's like, well, if I just tell her this, then she'll stick around. But God forbid I tell her that we're mates.
Right.
And she'll run as fast as she possibly can away from me.
Right.
I do think, though, that Nesta was holding on to every ounce of her humanity. And I mean, we get parts of that, right? Where she's like, mates aren't something that humans do.
Right.
And I'm a human. And really, we're like, babe.
You're not,
though, anymore.
No.
And I think it took a little too long for her to recognize that, like, she needed to adapt. But again, that's, you know, the trauma speaking, right? She couldn't adapt because she couldn't move forward.
Yeah. She wasn't ready to accept all of
that.
The Suriel.
I love the Suriel. I can't believe we almost missed talking about this. Okay, so, and here's where I divert from ACOTAR into Throne of Glass. Because the Suriel, I sit firmly in the camp that and I haven't read Crescent City, right? Okay. So that series is not something that's on my radar. However, I know that there are many people who have read all three series who believe that the crossovers between the series, there's like a piece in Throne of Glass where they're flying and they see Rhys, or they meet someone named Rhys, or whatever. There's like crumbs from each series that kind of cross planes. Yeah.
Okay.
So here's where I divert from ACOTAR to Throne of Glass. The Suriel is Kaltain. Do you remember Kaltain from Throne of Glass.
I think so.
So Kaltain was the, like, she was described early on in the series as like evil,
yes,
bitch.
Yes.
And she was taken from the main palace
yes.
to the Witch's Keep.
Right.
And then held hostage because a piece of the whatever was embedded into her body.
Right.
Right. To try to, for her to absorb and to turn into what they wanted to create her.
Right.
As.
Yeah.
I believe that and this is not my, my own idea, right? Again, the internet is a wild place. The fan theory goes that, so in Throne of Glass, Kaltain gives the shard to Elide, and with the explanation that, like, to take this to Aelin because Aelin once gave her a cloak to keep her warm. What does the Suriel ask for in exchange for information?
A cloak. Interesting.
So
there are some people that have way too much time on their hands to be drawn all
I'm
these
just
things
saying,
together.
I think that's so interesting because I'm like, it has to be, I want it to be because that would be so fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are so many pieces where I'm like, and she wrote all 3 series. She can do whatever the fuck she wants.
Right.
If she wants to make Kaltain part of ACOTAR and turn her into the Suriel who just gives bullshit information with the most little amount of context possible.
Yes.
Stay with the High Lord. Which one?
All of them.
Well, Feyre took that really literally, okay? But yeah, I think that there are so many interesting pieces of these series that kind of like mix and mingle with each other.
Yeah.
I do think it's funny that you're like, you read that 2 years ago and you still have all of that information in your head. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what it is about those books, but both of the series. And again, I haven't read Crescent City. I couldn't.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll try again. I own the first one. I don't own the other 2. Maybe I'll try again someday and I'll be like, yeah, this is just as good as the other ones. But yeah, I don't know. ACOTAR is something else. And it really did, it did its job. It did what it was trying to achieve. But yeah. Will you read number 6? Or I should say 3.5, 4, 5, and 6. Because I believe both are promised to us.
Maybe. I don't know. It might depend on what I'm reading when it comes out, on whether, what my TBR looks like at the time.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I do want to see where Elaine. Yeah, I do want to see where Elaine.
Why did you give birth?
I did. Didn't I? Elaine. I don't know why I did that. Yeah, no, I would like to see where her story goes.
Yeah. Do you feel like Silver Flames was enough of Nesta and Cassian's story?
I mean, I'd love to have little bits of them, but I don't know that I need them to still be the main characters.
Okay. I would say because we got 3.5 full books of Feyre, do you need more Nesta as FMC? I guess is what I'm saying.
I wouldn't mind, but I don't know that it's necessary.
Or where would the story go? I think is where mine
But I think you could fit their storyline in with Elaine's story.
For sure.
Right? Like kind of how they did with how Feyre's life continued, right? It's still, there were bits and pieces of it enough to kind of give you that closure.
I do think that it would be, so it makes sense to me to carry their story over into the next book if the MMC is Azriel.
Yes.
Because Azriel is part of that, like the training piece of Nesta's story.
And it would give you that connection.
And it would give that thread would be continued. But if it's not Azriel,
then it's
weird. Then where does Nesta's storyline fit into Elaine's storyline? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Right. Aside from just being sisters.
Right.
Yeah.
So Interesting. I will read it for sure. I think I'm very interested to see what Sarah J. Maas does with Elaine.
Right.
Because we have gotten so little of her.
Yeah.
Really like the least amount possible. Other than knowing that she exists.
Right.
You really don't know anything about her.
No. I would also kind of like to see the sisters kind of fix their...
Be sisters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not necessarily be like completely 100% okay, but at least work towards becoming closer together and forgiving each other and understanding that like while they were together in some of their experiences, what they experienced from their point of view was different.
Oh, yeah.
And just having that grace for each other would be good, I think.
Well, and it's like the saying, like, no two people have the same parents.
Right.
Because every child's experience with their parents is different.
Right. Like,
my mom is different than the mom that my sister had.
Yeah.
Or the mom my brother had or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's especially true for these three sisters where, like, their dad was a very different man for each. And then, obviously, their mother died. And so that experience is different for each of them, too. So
yeah.
I think, like, that crossover, like, whether we get Azriel or we get Lucien or we get both, I am very interested to see how Lucien carries on, because his, like, exit from the Spring Court was very dramatic.
Yes.
And his, like, alliance with the Night Court now, I think we're kind of primed to see a very interesting next few books. Yeah. So.
Agreed.
I don't know. I don't know. Sarah J. Maas is something else. So I've seen, you know, we talk a lot about having like me being funny and having a book, a board with the red string.
Do you secretly have a room upstairs that I haven't seen yet?
No, but I am going to pull up a picture. I have a friend who, when I was reading, so I read ACOTAR first as my Sarah J. Maas intro.
Yeah.
I read Throne of Glass next, and then I tried to read Crescent City and couldn't get into it. When I was reading Throne of Glass, I have a friend from years and years and years and years and years ago, and she is obsessed. She has read every book, Crescent City included.
Does she have a board?
Maybe. Hold on. I'm trying to...
Is it a whole room?
She sent me a picture because she was trying to describe it to a coworker or something. And here it is. And she was trying to explain which way, like what chronologically, how you read these books and in what order.
Oh my gosh.
And so she says Throne of Glass, and she believes that we should read Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, Air of Fire, and then she doesn't have Assassin's Blade listed in there at all.
Okay.
I don't know what order she read it in. But then she has ACOTAR listed, and then she thinks you should read the first three of those, and then you should read Throne of Glass. And you should tandem read. It's insane. I'm just saying, like, there is a lot of this where you should read 2 from this series and then read 4 from this series and then go back to this series and read the next one and then go to like, and I'm like,
I would like to say that I don't think my brain could handle that, but I am also reading 3 different books currently
right now
that are from completely different authors. So maybe my brain could handle something like that.
I don't know, but I do think that the fandom is crazy.
Yeah.
The people who are obsessed really love these books. Yeah. Like they can't walk away from it.
I know. I'm sure I'm going to get ripped in the comments, but
I don't know. We talked about Kaol people agreed with you.
Yeah.
So there was, however, one comment when you said, I love kale, and somebody said no one ever.
Rude.
And I was like,
I just did. And I'll say it again. I love kale. Thank you.
oh my God. I don't know. There are so many things about ACOTAR that we could probably sit here and talk for 2 hours just about this 4.5 book series. And we really didn't even talk Throne of Glass.
No.
And there are 7 books.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Throne of Glass will be its own separate.
Oh my God. We're not going to talk every book. We're going to just the little pieces that made me cry, probably.
Yep.
I don't know.
There's probably a lot of those in there, though.
Not as many as you would think. Mostly just the last book.
Yeah.
But I will say that, like, ACOTAR didn't get me in the feels other than Mist and Fury.
Yeah.
Mist and Fury got me during the the official like mating of Rhys and Feyre.
Yeah.
Their like Rhys's explanation of his past and Feyre making, the food piece where they have to make a meal
Right.
and give it to their mate in order to accept the mate bond and whatever. So, yeah, I do think that I was invested. But the only thing that made me emotional was Rhys. Mm-hmm. Really, in the whole series, I will say.
Yeah.
I did not get emotional in this book.
I don't think I did. Not that I remember anyway. I just remember relating to her and understanding why she was being the way she was.
Yeah.
Right. And giving her that acceptance because nobody else really had. So.
Yeah. I could keep going, but we probably have talked about Feyre enough for one day.
Yeah.
So.
Feyre, darling.
And on that note, we're wrecked by fiction.
Bye.